I'm Diego Benavides. Hello, teacher. This is an anecdote that develops in my steps as an air traffic controller at the control tower of the Geori Air Base. It was a weekend like any other. At the airbase, everything is quiet and the traffic influx was low either in the airfield control part and the and in the control tower. The air operation was scarce.
I remember that day I was sitting on the tower couch watching television, seizing lower aerial operations time, and as I had said before, their operations were few. Suddenly in the area radius I heard a call from an Satenas aircraft, but it was identified as Air Force 11A1, saying on the frequency Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. It wasn't very common and more on such a soft day, so watching TV and besides hearing those words of help, I was mixing the sounds between TV program and frequency. But suddenly I did complete about face using my consciousness, my thinking and my knowledge. Then I increased my senses, or as we call it in the field of air traffic, situational alert.
I then answered the call of the aircraft pilot over the radio, where he expressed his concern about the situation that was going on, informed me that he had a high temperature indication in the oil of one of the engines, and for that reason he requested priority for to land at the airport of Villavicencio of emergency. I performed all the procedures established for this kind of situation, and with the little knowledge I have at the time, I knew that the situation was complete, and knowing the distance the aircraft was to from the situation airfield, give in the easy of getting to the airroom that was at that time under my control, to which the pilot studied the possibility and in a very hasty way agreed to land on the runway of the Gaza Air Base.
In the meantime, the aircraft continued its flight. I informed the oldest staff in the tower and the commanders of the novelty that happened. Asked the pilot for information on the number of passengers and crew members on board, where the staff did not exact 75 people on board. The aircraft remained in flight when suddenly the left engine of the aircraft was shut down and caused electrical problems inside the aircraft and caused failures in the aircraft navigation instruments. The emergency became stressful for the pilot, which required with urgency to land and safely secure the human life he led on board.
I got him directions in a calm voice, and with the help of the radar of the base, I told him that he had him in contact with the radar and that he was already at a short distance to the base. The aircraft advanced where the pilot had the runway inside, and I inside the aircraft. Then, instruct the pilot to indicate to the pilot the landing procedures, and the ambulance and the firefighters were ready pending to landing the aircraft, which in a few minutes that seemed like hours. The aircraft landing without any time and settled on the runway. And in the meantime, I watched out the window of the tower, happy and calm to know that the people on board were safe and with the satisfaction on duty fulfilled.